down just one single map. My name is Nico, joined by Blythe for this one, and we're looking at elimination for one of these teams, and both are fighting tooth and nail right now to try and stay alive in this competition. But heading into Nuke, I think it has to be said, Dignitas look like a strong favorite coming into this map.
Look, it's a map both these teams they're very comfortable on, right? I'm just taking a quick gander at the stats, and our desk brought this up as well. Both the teams have a very, very high win percentage on this map. The difference being, for 9Z, it was with a different lineup, with an actual all IGL, and try the best player against South American teams.
Yes.
And for Dignitas, it's the same lineup against a much higher level of opposition. So you have to factor that into those stats.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you can just look at the same role. It's a completely different team right now for 9Z. Different essence when you lose your star player in IGL. But DGT and David coming down with 2 kills early. Lekro's position often can be good, but he looks away and able to come back still for the kill. Goes for a follow-up, but unable to get that second kill through. So 2-man advantage, now 3 for 9Z. It's just one player left, and it's HEAP with a USP in hand. He has been their best player throughout today and looking to try and pull them through the pistol. Looking unlikely for Dignitas at this moment, and David will secure the first round of the board. 9Z, lock it in.
3 kills for the man, David, with the 1 in his name. 9Z off to a pretty good start. Ancient was a little rough for them when it comes to the pistol rounds, right? It was primarily Dig who were winning it very convincingly, but this is a sort of start they need. They have shown they've impressed me with one thing, right? Coming to this particular tournament as a team with the new IGL, with 2 new players coming in as well. They'll be looking at this as kind of a learning experience, playing against one of the best in the region out there, trying to put their game plan into place, trying to figure out where they stand as a team. And the fact that even when they were down, even when chips are down, even when things are looking rough, okay, hallzerk. Okay, I'm going to get back to the thought later on, because hallzerk's hitting some nutty shots right now. But the fact of making it very competitive, and for those who are just tuning in right now, you're like, it's against Dignitas. They've been also kind of struggling around in the region. It was 16-14 against VP, man, earlier today.
Yeah, they're the best team in this competition, and then we've seen VP go on to smash up Movistar Riders, literally obliterate them. So, yeah, 9Z definitely can, even if they go out at this point in the competition, they can leave with their head held high. But Dignitas, not a team that I'm now fully on board with. I think they haven't given me a lot of confidence, I would say, Blythe, throughout today. Every time I back them and feel like they're going to be strong, it hasn't really amounted to a whole lot. So Max and DGT, they're going to be taking easy kills at the beginning of this one. Freiburg and hallzerk out of play. Keep sitting towards the back of the site, and just Forest and Lekro now left. See what they can scrap together. Lekro has found 1, and that's an AK that might just get saved over. Forest can allow that escape. Just covering off his teammate with a bodyguard mentality. Maybe he can find something himself. Mac 10 picked up for Forest. I have to go back to the point Paladin made on the desk in terms of talking about the 2 AWPers, because I think he set up like the storyline between the 2 AWPers before we headed into Ancient, saying it's going to be a real battle of those 2 players. Both of them really didn't find impact on map 2. That can't really happen on a map like Nuke, right? It's like if one of the AWPers show up, it's a huge advantage.
On Ancient, it can be a problem, right? Like, it's a map where, sure, you might have a couple of games where the AWPers might shine, but especially on the T side, it's pretty hard. On the CD side, you can be muted by the smokes. You can be, not really being given too many opportunities to make that work. But one thing I gotta give to Luken was on Mirage. He was a shining star for 9Z in that comeback. He was fantastic, hitting some really good shots. And for hallzerk, he was alright. It wasn't terrible. He completely disappeared in Ancient, but despite which they were able to win. But right now, CD side, Nuke. I want to see hallzerk come alive. I want to see him kind of shut down outside, be proactive with the AWP, maybe go head towards ramp, try and make 9Z feel uncomfortable and not just play the usual, static positions, right? That's something I want to see him do. Of course, right now is just the eco, just the pistols, but there is an AK in play.
Oh,
and
here we go.
Lekro is making it look very, very good. He finds double, but he'll finally be taken down by David.
Yeah, but he has set his team out with a 3 versus 3. David is very, very low. Have to be a little bit careful because HEAP is slipping around the backside, and that's 1. Max goes down. The Deagle looking for a follow-up in towards the site. And luken, he's taken down HEAP. In reply, at least dropping the numbers once again down into the 2 versus 2. Equilibrium once more established. For 9Z at this point, they're looking to try and keep it clean. This already is has gone too far, and luckily that bomb will go down on the lower side. They're even keeping one player upper just to cut off rotations, but already Dignitas have sent both players down to the lower side.
Forest has got the Kevlar as well. Timing is
He's been
everything.
spotted, surely. No, the view model. I think the view model actually blocked Luken's position going in towards this cubby, so Forrester doesn't know. Or Forrest, rather.
Yeah, different player there, Dinko. But they don't have a kit, so if they want to go for this, well, never mind. Forrest being taken down there, that's going to pretty much seal the deal. As hallzerk able to get at least the parting shot into David, but luken, nice 2K there. That looked a little scary, Dinko. HEAP coming in from behind with a deagle shot. Lekro as well, 2K holding it up a bomb set all by his lonesome. And considering there wasn't any investment, it was just saved AK-47 to retrieve the salvaged AK from the previous round. They made it very, very expensive. And now the guns are going to be coming out. And now it's going to be hallzerk with the AWP. All eyes on him, at least mine are.
Yeah, expectations. You know, when he came into this team, he had some ridiculous results. In particular on Nuke was where he really shone. So I really want to see hallzerk do that. And he's actually getting very aggressive. But look at this. Actually hits the collateral, goes back up, David down. That's what you like to see, Blood.
Well, all eyes on him, and he delivers, Dinko. Great shots coming out, the aggression outside, completely shutting down whatever excursion 9Z were on. And David and Max, well, they just have to sit this particular round out. Still, danger hasn't been completely averted. We still have to contend with DGT, luken, and Rocks. As I say that, Lekro clotheslines Rocks with a silenced M4. And DGT and luken, they know, with that smoke being deployed by luken, they know at least there's one player towards the lobby. But for Dignitas, all 5 alive, they haven't taken a singular point of damage as well. This is a solid start for them in the first buy round.
9Z just having to back away. Dignitas will feel happy about this. You know, initially, slow start into the map, little tidbits of potential upset in the first few rounds, but in this gun round, very clean, very convincing. 9Z shut away. This is kind of Dignitas you want to see. You know, hallzerk, he was probably the most exciting part about this team. And the one sad element of this team for me back then was the fact that, okay, hallzerk's insane, but how often are we going to see Dignitas? Because I didn't think the team was good enough to qualify at the time. And also, you know, they're not partner teams or whatever for the Louvre agreements or any other tournament circuit, so you never really got to see him that much. And he had so much potential. I seen his like initial stats. He was dropping 40 bombs. He was just doing ridiculous things. Has got a little bit stale recently. You know, he's a little inconsistent, Blah.
He is, and I feel this is something I alluded to earlier as well in the day, where the fact that HEAP and hallzerk have to consistently deliver every single time is a win condition means the pressure is on hallzerk to perform every single time. Now, HEAP has delivered. Right, win or lose, he has been a fantastic young star for the side of Dignitas. But then, when hallzerk goes missing, right, you're going to have to rely on Forrest and Freiburg to kind of step up to the plate, even Lekro. And look, facts are facts. Their heyday it's in the past, right? Right now for them, it's trying to play the roles, trying to be the IGLs, trying to be the support element for the youngsters, set them up for success. And if your primary opera is not able to deliver, and in modern day Counter-Strike, the primary operas are usually the stars of the team. hallzerk is not quite there yet.
A little gap now going to be created in that smoke momentarily. hallzerk tries to get it done at the beginning of this one. Forrest down in the lowest site, waiting for these players to encroach in his crosshair. He's at the ready. He's snapping at the bit, but he just cannot take down the first player. Now he's under a lot of pressure. HEAP arrives to try and help out Forrest in this position. Forrest is good for one, nearly onto the follow-up, but not enough done. And now Freiburg's turn to try and line up two, and it's a massacre down in the lower site. David and Max down there alone. DGT and luken, they're left in the upper bomb site with no access to that bomb. Dignitas in a very good position.
That was a hectic battle there. luken, though, able to find Lekro. Now, the advantage, the man advantage, neutered, and hallzerk's going to be aggressing. Oh, the timing. Oh, he's going to be seen, Dinko. He's going to be seen, and he's going to be taken down by DGT. And even though the bomb has been dropped, Freiburg is now alone. The one thing going his way is they have no information as to where he is. While information has been conveyed by his fallen comrades as to where the remaining members of 9Z are going to be making their way from. They're going to be making no secret of the fact that they're just barreling in from ramp. Molotov will be deployed. 18 seconds, they're going to be running on through the flames. Freiburg trying to buy this time, but DGT running in through the flames like a firewalker will get the kill. And that's a crucial, hectic round. A bit of a messy round as well, but 9Z will come out on top. This is a good start for the South Americans.
Yeah, very good start, yeah. And it's getting to the point where you can never really count them out at this point. You know, 9Z are a team that forever, you know, we're sitting here going, okay, yeah, they're a team coming into this today. A lot of us did not have expectations, but they have proven us time and time again throughout today, even when you're finally like, okay, this is surely where they drop off. This is surely where they meet a test that is too much for them. They're always in the game. They're always here. And that's why on Ancient, before I said we went to Nuke, I was like, we're still going to have a pretty competitive game here. And that's why Max just cracking open the skull of Lekro has completely opened up this round for his team. He's even down Secret. So not only does he garner map control, he also gets that important kill.
BGT just sitting behind the smoke. They'll be re-smoked again, just waiting patiently for any of the CTs on that A bomb site to just go for an info play. But Dignitas, the man down, they're not going to be feeling too adventurous. They don't want to give away yet another soul. In the meantime, towards the lower bomb site, you have HEAP, Eyes Lonesome, and for Dig, sure, they still have 4 alive. They have the rifles. I don't see a single kit. I have a flash and a nade. That's all they have. But hallzerk finding rocks. That's big. Now the man advantage has been neutralized. Now they're starting to take the fight, but hallzerk just jumps out.
Good trades.
But the trade is good. Yep.
Solid trades in both teams, just keeping these numbers even. 35 seconds left. Two Ts now mount themselves above the secret stairs and straight in towards Forest. Easy kill for luken. And now Freiburg has much more pressure on his shoulders. He's stuck in towards main with no help from his teammate, who is currently on the lower bomb side. And he has to worry about 2 sides of an attack. They nearly line up for Freiburg. Luckily gets away with 1. But HEAP now has to look at the clutch. The 1 versus 2 that just seems almost insurmountable unless he gets into a very good position quickly.
I have no idea where he is, though. And HEAP,
no kit.
Bomb just got planted, though. And there's one thing about Nuke for the CTs which can work their way is the fact that rotations can just take place in like 4 or 5 seconds. So it's going to be
luken's low.
Vents. Yeah, this can easily become a 1v1. It's all about the timing, Dinko.
He's got the HE as well, Blah. He can throw that in towards the side. He can maybe just peel away one of these players and turn it into the 1v1, but comes down to the timing, like you say, and DGT is certainly better for it. 5-1 start for 9Z.
He did have the nade, but also totally understand he didn't want to give away his position, right? So, especially in a 1v2 like that, but great stuff here.
That was a really close round the whole way through, right? Just so back and forth.
Freiburg could have got the double kill right there.
Yeah.
HEAP,
so
though,
close to it.
He went for the gamble. He's like, they might just be running back towards the lower bomb side, towards ramp. But considering how little time there was remaining on the clock, 9Z went for the right play, going for the upper bomb side plant, and unfortunately, timing doesn't quite pan out. So we do have the lead here, and the lead is starting to extend even further for the side of 9Z. They're taking a tactical timeout as well, Dinko. I like this, you know? Despite having such a pretty good lead here early in the game, they're like, all right, guys, slow things down.
Or it's like, hey, Dignitas, look at the score. It's right now...
Just doing it.
Just doing it. 5-1 start for 9Z. Feeling good about the start of this one. Dignitas down Deeds. Now we have seen both of these teams have their fair share of low-buy competitive rounds, sometimes even round wins. Nades go down towards the door for 9Z, dumping a lot of utility, but it's not going to be a top-sided hit. In fact, it's a challenge down towards HEAP at the ramp, who comes away with the first in the deagle.
P250 from hallzerk at that range is a bit optimistic, so he will fall back. I like that from HEAP, though. He gets the headshot, doesn't stick around. He knows it's not really a tenable position for him, so falling back to safety, ensuring the man advantage will be maintained for Dignitas. Got to bear in mind, these are all upgraded pistols on every one of these players. You've got 5.7s, you've got Deegs in play, and Dignitas have shown, we saw it in Ancient as well, just like half an hour back, how good they can be with these dirty Deegs. They have Kevlar as well. HEAP looking to find another one.
Another one. Let's see if they can get it done. We go under 1 minute on this clock. Dignitas just sitting back with this advantage, feel somewhat comfortable, knowing that 9Z are going to have to come into a setup they don't have a whole lot of information about. DGT actually heard a couple of steps going down towards ramp, so he's trying to get in behind and help his teammates out who have got that bomb down. DGT slipping behind the ramp play. hallzerk goes down. Lecro is flanking the flanker, so now he's trying to get into a better position himself. Dignitas certainly have a chance still, but DGT gets the right read, spots out Lecro, but Lecro still beats him out. It's the MAC-10 that comes through, Forrest and Freiberg finding kills, and it puts it all onto luken, and he's trying to clutch this one out alone. First kill will not be there as Lecro cleans it up, and Dignitas on the lower weapons yet again pull off a round win.
They got it. They got it. They got it. There we go.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. I don't even know what you're alluding to there. But yeah, around with the pistols, 9Z, they're going to be like, and this is often just called the tactical timeout as well. Losing to the pistols. That's got to sting. That has to sting.
Well done, you did. Yeah, this ramp play, let's talk about what actually happened in this round for 9Z, right? They dump their utility through that door. They try and just fake that they're going for this top side hit to try and pull those players away and catch that ramp player possibly in rotation. HEAP just had a little off angle, able to pull off one kill, but that was enough to slow 9Z down completely. He didn't continue pushing.
Yep. And just getting, I wouldn't say bullied, but, you know, tempered that attack coming in and allowing some of those flanks to take place towards ramp.
Ooh. Forrest needs to be careful, gets caught, pulls out a net and gets caught in action. David nearly launches towards a second kill. Luckily, Lecro is quick to react to that. Vent dive, and they're down to B.
Max top, you can hear all the commotion. Bomb down. He could easily get one kill here. And the fact that there's no one heading towards secret, that's information getting conveyed. There's still two players upstairs. And that is going to be Lecro dead to rights. A rifle can be retrieved as well. Bomb down, 4v3. And things are looking very, very uncomfortable for Dignitas. Because bear in mind, they also have an AWP in play. And that's not a weapon you want to have in a retake like this.
Yeah, do they just save this one? Looks like it. Not tempting to go down at all. And has to be the save for Dignitas. Max lurking towards outside. They're still even trying to find these weapons. They know if they remove everything from the hands of Dignitas, it would be catastrophic. But 9Z don't have a lot of money themselves. This game is just being very, very close. Even though the scoreline reads 6-2, it's just been such a scrappy affair. But if it continues this way over the next couple of rounds, it never really favors the CT economy. The Ts are always better at playing that scrappy CS.
I love how David, like you said, a scrappy CS, it comes down to these small little 1v1 deals, but the way David waited inside of the smoke, little off where Forrest was going for the wall bang, and he just waits for him to stop spamming, just jumps out, and Forrest just got covered his pants down, right? Free kill right there. Sure, the trade does take place, but it opens up the avenue for 9Z to just funnel their way down, and the fact that they had even a player on top of Mini is just massive. One small fast play going to be coming from DGT down vents. And Dignitas, they don't have anyone downstairs. They're just going to let him have vents. And even, I don't wonder where Freiberg is. Is he towards secret? No, he's all the way towards on garage. So, yeah, they should be aware there's a player downstairs, but they're not doing anything about it.
Here comes that outside execute. DGT is going to be playing around secret to wrap up with his teammates. Just clear it out towards secret, no problem there. Lecro at garage will be a play that either needs to try and shut it down if they're coming their way, or pick up the info that no one is coming this way just yet. He doesn't hear anything. He doesn't actually have any information at all. As they go 55 seconds, 9Z are posturing towards this A side of the attack.
Dignitas not falling for it though, right? And
look at them all at the ready.
They still have time. They still have time, Dinkup. They can just wait this one out.
Double molly in towards the CT vent. 40 seconds left. 9Z still with flashes, still with a couple of smokes available as well. It's a double stack behind the site. Now, one of these players should swing out, right, and just try and bait it out. But Lecro's actually changed his position to play in front of the hut.
Forrest finding one. Rocks. Here comes the play. Rocks able to just get the trade. And immediately they drop on down. The bomb, it can be planted. hallzerk, and he is a hero of the round. 15 seconds. They need to retrieve it, Dinko, and I don't think they can do it.
I don't think they have time. They have to get down the vent right now, and they realize it's done. It's done. It's such a complex round finish. You know, you're just committing down the vent alone. It's like you have to just guarantee there isn't an AWP or any sort of player still near that ramp, because they can rotate down immediately once that sound cue is passed on that there has been a player drop the vent. hallzerk, quick reactions to the information passed on to him to be able to react in time for that. So 6-3 on the board. Yeah, Dignitas win it, but 9Z still keep players up, and they still keep money going. You still have the AKs in play coming into this round, so it's not going to get any easier for Dignitas, but it seemed like they were just so aware of what was happening.
And this is despite the fact that 9Z were able to just bait out all the utility from Dignitas, right? When the hit took place, they only had the flashbangs remaining in hand, but some good duels being won there. And hallzerk, the hero of the round, he was at the right place at the right time with the one bullet he needed to land. And that's it. That's it. Round's done. And Dignitas, a hard-fought round number 3 will be taken. For 9Z, as I pointed out, Dinka. No money left, however, they do have the weaponry at least for this particular round. Again, smoke's going to be deployed to obscure the vision of the CTs, but the difference being hallzerk is going to be towards secret with the AWP, and he might be looking the wrong way, but the flick will still land, and that's a crucial kill, because he spots Max, but he doesn't see anyone else outside of red.
Flashes just keep coming. They have an infinite dispenser of flashbangs. It's easier for 9Z. It's like a rave down here, blood. Strobe lights warning. Like, it's crazy going down here. Now we only need that attack pause music and we'll be buying it. 45 seconds left. Here come 9Z. They're turning their attentions away from ramp. They're going back into the A site. Forest set up with Freiburg in the site. Lekro's gone down, so it's time for Freiburg to hold strong. And even if he doesn't need to be used, it is Forest is the second player there. It's a strong hold so far. Finally, Freiburg will go down, but Forest still in position. They even have that lower bomb site. That contingency plan is completely covered off if 9Z want to drop down. So Forest, clean as you like on the left side swing, and just one more player left. It's DGT who gives away his position. 15 seconds left as he reclaims the bomb. And he's looking to put pressure onto Forest. Looking to bring him down, but Forest will hold strong. 4 rounds picked up for Dignitas, and that is a round displayed by the Legends.
And they had no avenue there. Even if they went down vents, HEAP is just lying in wait.
Yeah.
Played so very well. And he's very fittingly said, the Legends. Freiburg and Forest just holding it down. That A bomb site impregnable.
Just so clean.
There we go. 6-4. Slowly but surely. Dignitas trying to crawl their way back into this map. And 9Z, finally the money has been broken, at least for the time being. A couple of upgraded pistols is all. They will have no utility whatsoever. And this should be basically farm city for Dignitas. They have the M4s, they got an AK and an AWP. And if I'm Freiburg, I'm just going in, just making that cash.
Flash towards outside, hallzerk. Holding it Lekro. There was a deagle up on top of man there. I maybe get a little worried for him. It is just a Glock, so should be in an okay position nonetheless. Looks like these pistols looking to just try and converge on main. Try and get in towards this A side to get that bomb down. It's going to be easier said than done to do that though. hallzerk clean and up outside. Shooting gallery for him. And it is done. 5 rounds now for Dignitas. Looking to climb all of these rounds back into the 6-6 scoreline to pick this one up. But 9Z are going back to the rifles. Problem for me is every time 9Z try complex round or they try and go for something a little more than the vanilla style, it never works. Like it feels like you're just missing the piece that makes it work.
Especially in a map like Nuke, which rewards teams who are, a bit more tenure as a lineup, who have been around for a while. There are a lot of protocols you have to bear in mind. And it's never easy, even on the CD side. It's actually harder on the CD side. So for 9Z, you want to get as many rounds as possible as DGT, like a lunatic, jumping around the corner. But Freiburg's going to finish him off. The remaining members are slowly creeping their way up outside. Smoke's going to dissipate. There's a bit of a gap, but no one is spotting that particular angle. But first, they have to contend with a player that is going to be hallzerk, who has been quite solid with the AWP thus far in Nuke. They're going to be going for the peak here. First, a Molotov to try and flush him away from that position. He's going to reply back with Incendiary of his own, but he will peel back. But that is the jig being up for 9Z. They know it's going to be played coming in from secret.
hallzerk tosses the smoke down just to try and cover himself off, make it a little more comfortable for him to hang around down here. HEAP yet to really get going. He is down here alongside hallzerk on the lower bomb side. Maybe this gap would work against hallzerk, but actually, he's got the big zoom binder. Able to find Max at the bottom left side of the smoke. And that's the follow-up advantage the Dignitas need to push them closer and closer to that 6th round. Lekro down here, lurking around the shadows. Rifle pokes out from the vent. Luken even looks back to find Lekro. But ends up just taking lead to the chest. Smoke goes out through decon. Gap on the left side of that as well, so the spot when a player crosses, and more importantly, the spot when a player doesn't cross. There comes the spam. David actually able to use that gap to his advantage. Heap goes down, and Forest now flanking around the backside, denies even the bomb plant. No mercy from Dignitas. They keep 3 players up, and they tie up the scoreline.
Simultaneous kills coming in there, and Dignitas, they're starting to look good right now. And especially for me looking at the scoreboard here, Dinko, the fact that Heap's only 2-7, but everyone else is stepping up is a very, very good sign. Well, the fact that hallzerk with the AWP is being instrumental, Lekro, Forest, Freiburg, everyone chipping in, and not having it, not needing it to be the Heap show every single time. Tie things up here. Again, our analysts, myself included, you as well, Dinko, like we all, I think we can all be forgiven for saying that on a map like Nuke, Dignitas would be the favorites, right? And the fact that 9Z got off to a fantastic start, it was looking like, is it happening again? Is it going to be Mirage all over again? But it looks like they have kind of woken up as Lekro is just going to mow a couple of players down. Forrest able to get the trade through the smoke, and that is a painful dink onto the head of Heap, and it'll immediately just peel away.
Yeah.
And he's being hunted down as well. Look at this. Digit, he's looking for the kill.
He's really looking to take him down. Heap is low as well. It's going to be an easy pick. Heap's not had a great time here on Nuke. hallzerk, though, is having a pretty good time. Max has just found Forest. 1 versus 2 with the AK. The problem is Freiburg is there. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. 7-6. Dignitas heading to the lead. We're looking at this game as a whole, and Dignitas obviously had a very slow start, but once they got into the groove, once they got the rifles out consistently, you can see that 9Z had a strong start to the map, but when you're forced to try and adapt and come up with new ideas, the problem is that they need to know how to force Dignitas to rotate. And they aren't really biting on any of their little fakes. There's a bit of utility being thrown towards ramp isn't enough to pull a player off of A, for example. Dignitas' protocols and when to rotate are really disallowing space to be created by 9Z.
Yeah, the protocols are really solid for the past few rounds we've seen from Dignitas, not really falling for the fakes. As you said, we have HEAP, who seems to be like the contingency plan in case it's ever going to be a play towards a lower bomb site. hallzerk as well. We said it, like, I want to see him step up, and he has been fantastic thus far.
And I think you can tell how little they've made it down to the lower bomb site pretty recently, because HEAP is on 2 kills right now. Hasn't really had to do a whole lot. Yet again, has had opportunities as well to step up, just a little slow.
He's allowed to have a bit of a quiet.
Yeah, he is allowed. It's good that Lekro and hallzerk are able to step up themselves, and Forest and Freiburg have had a couple of big rounds out in play, but this is it for hallzerk. It's his shooting gallery. He's got another one. Rocks down and out of play. DGT realizes he had a chance to try and trade that kill back, and even Max gets shot down by Lekro. Yeah, it's just everywhere is being watched right now. It's so hard to create space and find space for a 9Z, and now what do they do?
9Z don't have holds, but if they're going to be going for these sort of plays, explosive plays, which you did earlier, use your utility, right? Like smoke off an angle, try to toss a couple of flashbangs maybe, and try and get the trade, get the spacing right. Instead, they're giving these individual duels, and the trading spacing is off. Like, Lekro just holding the angle, they were just walking out. They know what hallzerk is, but they don't have the Molotov to even flush him out from the position. Instead, it just goes walking out. And sure, the trade takes place. It's 20 seconds on the clock. It's a 4 versus 2. And even though you have the bomb, where are you going to go with it? T-spawn seems like the answer, and already the hunt is on. They know where it's going to be.
Yeah.
They're just going to be legging it, hoping to hold on to this 2 rifles, which they should.
I feel like that molly is going to be used up here, just try to keep them back. Luken's got the scope at the ready. DGT as well. The shot. We'll see if the rifle can hold on. It will. Bodyguard is good. Raise his salary. DGT makes sure that AWP goes into the next 8 rounds for Dignitas. They are looking to try and post 9 on the CT half. Then we get to see 9Z's CT attempt.
It's 6 in a row now for Dig.
Yeah, it has just been suddenly a systematic destruction of 9Z, who have been really struggling to find ideas, find pathways, and just so everybody knows, this is the elimination matchup. One of these teams will not be progressing after today.
Everything on the line for these 2 teams. And I want to say the pressure is going to be even more for Dig, because
absolutely. When's the last time they had a good run?
I don't remember, man.
It's like a blast showdown against Liquid. They had that upset win, but even then, that's just an upset win.
It wasn't a run.
Yeah, it wasn't a run. They've never had a run.
It was like a jet dash.
Yeah.
Slow down, you run out of the ability right there. Valor.
Yeah.
Anyway, jokes aside, you got to say for 9Z though, the fact that again, 2 new players coming in. Again, I keep repeating this like a broken record, but these are facts. You've lost your IGL, Bit, the veteran for the team. You've also lost your best player. And if you're going to lose to a team like this in an elimination game in a best of 3, that's a yikes.
Yeah, and then all that being said as well, it's a positive for 9Z they're able to show a showing like this today, right? Favorite for the event, 16-14 loss. Pushing Dignitas to a 3rd map on Nuke, and still very much with a chance of staying alive on Nuke. They could still get the win here, Blood. It's only at 6. Yes, it's been a strong run for Dignitas, and momentum is certainly with them, and the scoreline doesn't tell the full story, but 9Z have already got those rounds. You can't take those away from them. If they have a good CT half,
win the pistol, yeah.
Certainly still in this game right now. But 9Z in this round setting up for this A-pop. They got 2 players towards door. Freiburg's covering off the HUD. Forest has locked down this door so many times. Every time that smoke fades away, Incendiary down. 40 seconds left. 9Z have got to be perfect in the dying embers of this round.
Off the utility usage from Dignitas, man. They're doing such a good job just keeping 9Z at bay, right? It's so annoying. And when you run out of time, when you have like 25 seconds remaining, you need to go for a fast play. And heading straight towards ramp, it's going to be hallzerk lying in wait. He finds the first, and they have no avenue. They don't know where to go.
They can't go anywhere. And this is the last round of the half. They have to do something. They have to attempt this round. They go forward, but they're lost. They're completely lost. Their GPS system's broken, and they've just ended up getting destroyed. They drove onto a path, and it's not worked out. 9-6 for Dignitas. What a recovery in this half as we head into the second. It's the last half of the day coming up after this.
One night together. One night together, baby, take me higher. You're taking all my love.
Dignitas started picking up the pace.
You gotta remember, like out of the 6 rounds 9Z won, the first 3 were against the pistols and the 4 spies, pretty much so. Dignitas have been fantastic, actually. That streak of 6-7 rounds they had at the end over there, and right now the T's, they're taking fights in multiple positions, and this is crazy. HEAP has wrapped around all the way from outside to hell, and now he's taking the fight towards ramp against 2 USPs, which might not be the play. He's been tagged on in 29 HP. Freiburg's kind of low as well, but Freiburg, if he wins his duel, things can get interesting. Bomb will be planted, but rocks will fall, and it's going to come in hallzerk to deliver, but unfortunately, HEAP's going to be the last man standing. Dinko, they know exactly where he is. They've heard him as well. Bomb is taking away. And his brain matter splattered all over the walls. The dualies coming to play.
Yeah, massive round for 9Z to pick up as they now go to 7. And you know what we were saying at the end of the half, how 9Z are absolutely still in this game. They've been incredible throughout today, getting it to this point of the tournament as well. You know, you're in elimination, but you are forcing Dignitas to this 3rd map. You took the first map, Mirage, 16-14, in a fashion that you were 13-7 down, able to pull that all the way back. Good fight in Ancient. I mean, just really outclassed when it came to the T side. They ran out of ideas. Here on Nuke, winning the pistol, this gives them a real shot at getting into this game in the second half. If they get off to a strong start again, certainly that could happen here. We've seen Dignitas disappear time and time again.
It's in a wake up as well. Like the final few rounds of Ancient, I was starting to worry.
Yeah.
That they have just kind of like.
It's like they just have like a crash though, and then they're like fully awake, and it's like a sure crash, and then suddenly they're just back to sleep.
Well, let's see if there's going to be the case over here.
Well, they found some more sustainable energy source.
Freiburg, the IGL dropping the AK towards Electro. Has been fantastic for his team. Top fragging in the server as well. He's purchased himself the Kevlar and a helmet. Apart from that, the rest of his team, just the Deegs all around. Nothing else being invested. They're looking for 9Z to give them some individual duels. You can see everyone posturing to go for this upper hit. But the lack of any utility could be a problem, but it's not a problem. Electro gonna be hitting headshots like that. What was that? He's looking for more, Dinko. And it's gonna find all 4. 1 remains.
No
and the
way.
hero AK-47 may be looking for the ace. He knows where DGT is. What was was that?
Oh, Lycra, that's why you give him the hero AK, Blah. What a great decision. Just to give him that AK-47. No ace in this round, but an incredible 4K out of the AK. And that has given Dignitas a 10th round. And that is a sting for 9Z. That is an absolute brutality coming in from Lycra. He just decimates them with a vicious vengeance. As they now go to 10 on the board.
I don't.
Ridiculous.
Freiburg's probably going, yeah, that's my AK.
Yeah, that was all me. You know, IGL called for that.
I called up like, Freiburg, drop Freiburg to Freiburg, drop AK, Lycra, go kill.
Lycra, go kill, yeah.
Holy hell, what was that?
Yep, that's a Lycra you can get sometimes.
I want to see more of that from Lycra, man. Like, oh, that was brilliant.
Lycra, the necromancer, you know, just killing everybody.
And how swiftly the turntables did go. 9Z down to just the pistols.
They've won with less, Blood. 9Z have won with less.
True.
Let's see if they can do it with CZs, 5.7s, Deagles. They've gone and picked up whatever they can. Dignitas realize, I think they still feel the sting of Mirage and they do not want to lose another round like this. They're going to go outside, use that range advantage. Could actually just walk down Secret in towards his B site, which is what they're doing right now. Rotation of one player down is luken, trying to really cause a problem against HEAP, who really hasn't had to do too much. This could be a good round for him to farm some kills. Some cash with his MP9. And she's going to go around that corner, followed up. Good flashes, a lot of utility coming in here for Dignitas, softening up the opponents around the corner. Nice and squishy, allowing HEAP some easy kills with the MP9.
Oh, almost. Again, remember, this is a forced buy from the CTs.
Yeah, a lot invested into this and a lot gone. That is very expensive for 9Z. Dignitas in a position now where they are going to be able to feel pretty comfortable about this. You know you're going up against a full eco. 12 rounds are almost confirmed. You're in a very good spot to try and close out this map, but we have seen them up 13-7 before, Blood. You know, once bitten, twice shy. So of really counting Dignitas through in the clear.
And this is where I just want to bring up how, as a team with like a couple of new changes coming in, just rebuilding all the protocols in Nuke, it's never easy, right? And this is when the test is really going to be for 9Z. The CD side, sure, it might be like Nuke is more CD-sided, but it is CD-sided when the team knows how to play the CD side properly. And for 9Z, they haven't really been tested on this map against the sort of opposition that Dignitas have been playing against so very often. So you look at the stats, you're like, oh yeah, 9Z, 90% win rate on Nuke, and then you look at Dignitas with like their 85%, and you're like, oh, 9Z probably even have the edge, but no, you got to go in deeper into the numbers, and right now, as you said, for Dignitas, 12-5 is seeming like a distinct possibility of 5-round lead. And the fact that keeping so many players alive, even the way they're winning, and this one should be something very similar. They should be losing more than one player. The money is going to be ridiculous, Dinko.
I don't know about that, because they've just done the outset execute, no one went with it, and they're going to walk into the A stack. Now, I'm not saying it still shouldn't go Dignitas' way, but it could be a couple of kills at least here for the USPs. Enough members here to try and dismember some of Dignitas. hallzerk with one, luken able to get another, but it is surely not going to be too much more expensive here for Dignitas, and it isn't. They lose 2 players, Freiburg and Forest both go down, but recovered by Dignitas, who now go to 12. You look at 9Z, and they're buy back out. Now, they did get the pistol start in the second half. That was kind of stripped away from them in the follow-up by Lycra. Now they've got a real shot to, once again, try and contest in this second half. It is a very important buy round coming up, and it's got very evident weaknesses. You've got Rox having to go to an MP9 just so he can get some extra utility.
And luken doesn't have his weapon of choice either, right? So I want to see the AWP come into play here for luken, but we will probably have to wait a couple more rounds before we are blessed with that opportunity. This is the first time I've seen any player from either side playing at this particular angle, and this is brilliant from Max, almost finding the double, but HEAP will survive and gets the trade. The 4v4, HEAP gonna be limping away, the walking wounded, slowly making his way out from what was a very dangerous spot right there. For Dig, though, they're gonna slow things down. They still have a lot of utility, not a lot, but a decent bit of utility remaining, and they still have a lot of time, more importantly, as they're slowly posturing their way towards ramp.
Molly at the ready here for DGT. As soon as he'll shoulder peek and get the info, he'll toss that down. Buys himself a little bit of time. That HE goes soaring in and actually catches out HEAP, who was low on 9 HP before that grenade was sent off to find him. DGT, aggressive, changing the position up, being proactive, not being a sitting duck. Instead of dropping back down into the B side, he actually changes and takes a wider angle and comes out with 3 kills versus Dignitas. It's down to Forrester into the 1 versus 4. He's found 1 and 3 more left to try and pick up here with 20 seconds on this clock. Forrest starts to go back in towards the bomb. But the player's watching it. Forrest so ready. Another shot. DGT goes down this time. And Forrest dives down into the B site. Itchy's going to blow open those double doors, but it's already a player at decon. In fact, it doesn't. It commits a little bit of smoke cover, but look at the swing. David brings down Forrest, and that is 12 rounds taken away from Dignitas. 9Z go up to it, and that is going to be a real, at least, confidence booster. They are going to be able to win some rounds here. It's not 13-7. 9Z are at least in the second half of the gun round.
For Dig, though, right? The fact Forrest are able to bring it back to a 1 versus 2, and also the amount of money they still have in their bank, that's a problem. 9Z need to string a couple more together here convincingly before they're going to be like, all right, we can breathe a sigh of relief right now, we can take a time, but let's see what they have in store for us over here. Smoke's going to be deployed towards outside. hallzerk looking for someone to present himself. No ops yet in the hands of Luken, so hallzerk doesn't really have to worry about facing his counterpart with a similar weapon. On Molotovs, I'm envisioning a late-ish upper hit here. For the time being, they're not really making too much of noise. Luken and Max. Luken holding a narrow little angle, ensuring that Max is not going to be swarmed from multiple directions. But here we go. 4 players outside. Lekro waiting by his lonesome towards the lobby, just waiting for any of the CTs to go for a play. Smoke's going to be deployed as well. And a ton of utility being deployed by the Ts to clear out all the usual spots. 55 seconds as they make their way out. I'm not sure if they heard a dink there. It's Freiburg. He's going to be making contact with Luken. That's the bomb. Spotted and dropped, but a trade will take place.
40 seconds now for Dignitas. Rox reaggresses into HUT. Good control to maintain here, especially with that MP9. Even though it's the weaker gun, in these close quarters can be rapid to kill. 29 seconds. This could get chaotic for Dignitas. They start to search towards the A site. They are looking to finish on this site. But again, when the time is so limited, so much can go wrong. David holds from the back of the site, really trying to buy some time, able to drop the numbers by at least 1. But look at Rox. He can just swing out. HEAP can't plant the bomb. And if he draws them back into the lobby, there's a second player there. There goes hallzerk. Follow-up kill. The time, there's not enough of it. The swing from Lekro to try and kill with elimination, but there's just not the opportunities available for Lekro. It is the round stolen again from the grasp of the dying embers of the round. It's 9 on the board for 9Z.
Doesn't matter how it's done, Dinko. Doesn't matter how it's done. As long as they keep winning these rounds, crappy or not, that's all they want. What a hero play, though. I really thought he got the bomb down. He was punching the numbers for what felt like 5 whole seconds.
Yeah, it's like, in those situations, time begins to
slow down.
Right?
Yeah, going full, what we call again, Interstellar, the black hole,
Inception, or whatever.
Space-time
like
bending. Listen, this is why we talk about video games, Dinko. Don't know anything about that.
We don't. I mean, you are an engineer, but you kind of smart.
Well, you know why I'm talking about video games, even though I'm an engineer? Because I was a pretty crappy engineer. But 12-9, they still do have the lead. They still do have the cash and the weaponry, which can't afford it because of that. But they don't want to fall. They don't want to kind of like get lulled to do a sense of security where they're like, guys, you got a 4 or 5 round lead, you know, we just need to break the money. No, you want to close it out as soon as possible. And for 9Z, yeah, they win the round, but 1 player survives, meaning they're not really looking that great money-wise. Look at the utility. Minute 38 seconds and have 1 smoke and 1 flashbang, Dinko. That's on David. That's it.
Yeah, Rox is going to go aggressive up towards the top of the stairway. He comes through with an opening. Max trades it out almost immediately. Luken holding this outside cross. It looks like it was about to be an ult battle going down. Oh, he's relieved his position, actually goes back and finds the kill on hallzerk. Ridiculous from luken. Does miss that second player crossing in towards secret. Flash is going to go forward, looking blinded now. Still holds his position strong. friberg has the ball on his back. He's separated from his teammate of Forest. Lecker is down in a two-man advantage in play for 9Z. Where did Dignitas go with this, blah?
They have options. They have time. They have options. Forest making his way back towards lobby. He's gonna take a lot of time to clear all these angles, though. But like you said, 2 versus 4, they have the time. They just don't have the manpower available, right? If Forest can somehow, I don't know, get a kill here and isolate the 1v1 with a player on the bomb site, it's still not going to be easy because there is still a player above on top, and it's going to be David to find him. And with 18 seconds remaining in a 1v4, there's not much for friberg can do. He's got the bomb, sure. But 9Z, they're not quite done yet. And I gotta say, Dinko, like, oh. And he is best. There we go.
12-10. I mean, this is really heating up now at this point. 9Z.
And the money.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You know, Dignitas have slowed down yet again. They have fallen into the trap that they have so many times before in this best of 3. They've got themselves into a position where they're so far ahead. They're in a position where they might be able to pull through and get the win. It should be. That's how it looks like. And then suddenly, it goes down. And 9Z, just this tenacious little team, just keep coming back into it time and time again. Dignitas have gone for the buy on Lekro, though.
I'm a fan, dude. I'm a fan of 9Z right now. No try, no bit, no problem. I'm enjoying this. Like, they had nothing to lose, but the fact of making these comebacks happen and making things so competitive, right? The 16-14 against VP, I'm like, can I do that again? They're making it happen here as Max is going to find friberg taking the fight. It's a bit of a weird buy from Dignitas, you know, try to work around the saved rifle. Sorry, the bot rifles coming in from Lekro and friberg, but spacing a little off there. They're going to be grouping on up. They're going to try and bait out the fight from Max. But Lekro is going to take the fight. He doesn't need anyone to help him out. The AK-47, and we've seen what Lekro can do.
We have seen that before. Lekro with another one. Second in. DGT down. Follow up this time from hallzerk. luken has actually slipped by with the scope. It's given away his position. hallzerk looked to try and take the sniper down, but just couldn't get the angle. And now luken's just trying to find something. He's really trying to find that opportunity, but hallzerk just decapitates him. And it's all on Rox. MP9, no kit, no utility. What can he do? There's absolutely no shot here for Rox. Starts to make his way down, but Lekro closes it with the 3K. It's the Lekro hero AK once again.
I figured it out. All right, Dignitas, don't buy. Oh, they've bought up. They've ruined it.
They've ruined it.
Just buy the Deagle's Kevlar and let Lekro have the solitary AK-47, and he's gonna get a 3 or 4K.
It's crazy. You know, maybe this is something you can work with. You know, let Lekro kind of support him, set him up for these early picks. Lekro is having a game right now when he's in those positions, when he has the correct support around him. He's actually performing like a star right now for this side. 26 and 13 for Lekro. He wants to stay in this competition.
Can't count out hallzerk as well, man. 20 kills for the man. Lekro looking for more.
No one's ready for that. No one is ready
a little
for that.
boost from DJ. No one's going to be expecting that.
It's like, you even question where you died from if you didn't see the head over the smoke there as well. That's the cool thing about that boost. And that's why they actually stick around. They don't drop off of it. Dignitas don't aggressively hunt down that tread kill either, so they're actually going to have to play this 4v5. Now, they do have the better weapons. They still have a lot of utility as well. 1 minute left.
luken. Haven't really seen too much from him with the scout. Ooh, that was quick from him, but not quite able to land the headshot. And he's going to be tagged down. 22 HP. When you don't have any of that armor, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. How does he even land that shot? HEAP through the smoke, walking, tagged down at 13 points of health. And 9Z, they have an inkling what his hit's going to be. And despite the fact that Roxa just has a CZ, despite the fact that they just have a scout as well in the hands of luken, they are lying in wait. They're holding the line. 2 rifles on the side. Roxa to the CZ up close as Dignitas come creeping, crawling into the bomb site.
They've got to walk into a triangle of death right now. 3 players set up inside of the site. Rox comes away with 1 in the CZ. hallzerk has actually doubled up, but luken, oh, he's killed himself somehow. Oh, HEAP in a 1v2, 8 seconds left. Bomb down in the site, Dignitas, they just can't get it done. It's 11 rounds for 9Z, even though luken commits suicide, it is still going. 13-11 now on the board.
Did luken...
Did he fall?
Did he fall? Did he burn himself? Was that a real 1G? We've already seen a real 1G earlier, so... No? Got a replay? Yes! It was a fall. It was a fall, Dinko. Gravity proved to be too much for luken, but they still win the round. They still win the round. 11-13, and luken is going to be upgrading the AWP. The big green zoom banger comes into play now. And I like this aggression.
Oh.
The solo play, though, he's got a flashbang for his teammate to try and help him get the peak, and they're aware of this because of the flashbang. They are aware of where luken is going to be. Nice Molotov from HEAP, and luken is not going to miss anything. Finds a kill, and it's going to fall back to safety.
Once again, Dignitas have to start the round a player down. And we've seen that in the last. They couldn't do it. Even against weaker weapons without utility, they just couldn't do it. If Dignitas start to lose all of these early engagements, 9Z are going to have a very easy time of things. Dig running the outside execute. It's the bread and butter of this map. If you can do this successfully, if you can get down secret with it, there is still a shot at winning this round.
Minute on the clock, slowly creeping, crawling. No one watching the smoke, and they're just content just giving this one up. There's no one towards lower apart from luken. Op, hallzerk is immediately gonna be put down. Now luken, he could have held that angle. Instead, he opts to just fall on back, peel back, leg throw. Which does he clear the angle? No, he doesn't. He's wary of a player towards garage, and that's going to be a free kill for Max. 1 by 1, they start to fall, Dinko, and no trades. Not a single trade yet thus far.
It's looking to be a flawless round coming in for 9Z unless Max gets caught here by Forest, and he won't. Max stands tall with 3 kills, and that really did not look great from Dignitas on the spacing front at all. And now it doesn't look great on the economic front either. It's kind of crashing big time, like my crypto wallet. But, you know, we're looking at this potential recovery. We'll see if they can get it done. But 9Z, they are in the driver's seat right now, Blood. They're not just driving there, rally driving around with Dignitas strapped in, scared for their lives.
You just took me back to Abu Dhabi when you and I were go-karting, and then I found out that I have motion sickness in cars.
Yeah, dude, I was driving past, I was like, why is Black going so slow?
Because I was trying not to throw up inside of my helmet. That's what was going on. As we do have it's an eco here from Dig. I don't really expect anything crazy to happen if they get the bomb down. That itself is going to be miracles. For 9Z though, fantastic opportunity to tie things up. It's Mirage all over again, man. I love it.
See, it's Dignitas. You need to realize it's MR3, so let's see if we're going to get into this one. DGT holding the ramp. It's going to be 2 for DGT. He'll look back for a little bit more, but luken is the player to close it. 13-13. Tied up on the board. 9Z have done it. They pulled it all the way through, back to the 13-13. Everybody in the chat, I'm sure, getting behind 9Z today. I'm
getting behind 9Z
they've actually shown up to a massive extent today, the fan base. You know, we see in the first game of the day, they've been out here early. 89% of them predicted a win versus Virtus Pro. Came close to it.
And it was super early in the morning for them.
Yeah, they come in force. It's crazy. And now I'm sure they're getting hyped at home right now for this potential staying alive moment for 9Z. It's the BGs. Let's go.
I'm a fan, Dinko. I am now a fan. Just the tenacity. They just don't ever give up.
It is great to see, and I think this region as a whole, South America as a whole, is a very tenacious region when it comes to competition, right? I remember seeing Sharks years ago would play in this crazy overtime match versus Fnatic, and it was, I just remember seeing this crazy fire in them. They never give up at all. Every time you think it's done, you think it's too much for them to climb up, somehow they find the answers. And it always happens. It seems like this region just produces some real fire. Dignitas down a player again. They kind of struggle in these openings now.
Yeah, they've just been given quite a few kills, opening kills to the side of 9Z, and luken has been fantastic, right? He gets a kill towards ramp. Earlier he got a kill towards outside. And I think it's been HEAP almost every single time.
Oh,
Look at
no.
this, trying to go for the play. But Rox doesn't need any vision whatsoever. 2 kills through the smoke, and it's all gone wrong. He even survives on 4 HP. And even though they have a lot of time, once again, it comes down to the 2v5. There's still a possibility, because David and Rox are kind of low, but the bomb has been spotted. First, it needs to be retrieved, and then they need to find a bomb site which they can take, and then they need to get the bomb down.
With 25 seconds. Now, the other problem is right now, Max it's around the backside. Lekro removed. hallzerk's had enough of this round. He goes back up to the roof to try and hide away from this one. 9Z into the lead. hallzerk just desperately trying to keep the AK. Now he's been spotted. Max brings him down. 14-13. It is 9Z who are 2 rounds away from eliminating Dignitas on day 1 of ESL Challengers.
Decisions for Dignitas. It's max loss bonus, Dinko, but it's not enough for a full-fledged buy. So it could come down to what they did in Mirage as well. They went for the half buy, and they're like, all right, we're just going to be going. We're going to be trying to play for OT, right? The difference being this time around, earlier when they went for that buy was 14-14 in Mirage. Here, 9Z are leading 14-13.
I think got money in the bank.
They have a lot of money in the bank. They can't even break it. So, oh, if I'm Dig, I am sweating here. If our analysts, they're probably mauling as well. They're like, that should be Dignitas winning, you know.
That Paladin is going to come back on the desk. He had this luscious hair before he left, and he's going to be bald. He's going to be straight up bald next time.
Good. So I can finally catch up, because I'm looking at his hair, and I'm like, I'm thinning, and I see his luscious
It's like you see you see what it used to be like,
just a much more taller version.
Much more tall, yeah. He's like 2 of you.
Okay, not 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, there we go. Or 1.6. Shout out CS 1.6. Anyway, 14-13 is the scoreline here as 9Z look to shut this one down. A spray through the smoke, but they will somehow manage to take 3 members downstairs. But DGT lies in wait. The nade could at least find one.
Oh.
And there we go. Lekro will be dropped. Bomb will be planted. But DGT knows where he is. And he's ensured there's only one player behind the smoke. Freiburg should be caught out in the open. Bomb down. Well, the rest of the teammates have arrived as well. But this is still kind of doable. A couple of nice headshots. If HEAP can pop off, things can get interesting.
Very small chance of doing so, and they know exactly where he is. And yeah, another HE kill. The nade damage in this round, 9Z don't even have to do the hard work. Just putting the nades in the right positions, taking down the Dignitas forces. It's just a defuse being stuck in the body blocking just to confirm. Sticking it through for 15. 9Z on map point. Dignitas on elimination point. How many times did it look like this team were going to be able to take it? Mirage looked like this. It looked like it could have been a 2-0. They start strong. Coming in at the end of the first half, start of the second half, they look like a far better team. They look like the team that should be taking it. But 9Z, the tenacity is ridiculous. And now they are just 1 round away from knocking out Dignitas and continuing and proving everybody wrong here on day 1. Buy is good for Dignitas though, Blatt. They have got a good one here.
Yeah, but we've seen too many rounds from them where they have just been flaccid. A lot of damage being dealt towards Rox.
That is a big factor because Dignitas have really struggled finding openings. If they can get an opening kill, maybe that's the difference.
Maybe. No margin for error now for the Swedish-Norwegian mix. They need to win 2 back-to-back. And it's, again, even if they win this round, it's going to be against another full-fledged buy coming in from 9Z because of the amount of cash they have. And then they have to try to close it out on OT. So a long, long road ahead of Dignitas. And for 9Z, they need 1 out of the 2 they have available to them. 2 map and match points. As Lekro, the timing could have been everything. Max, is he going to continue to push further? I'm not a big fan of this, considering how low Rox is. And Max, trying to use the timing. The flashbang from his teammate from ramp, trying to be the distraction for him to peek in towards lobby, but he sees no one. Remaining members of Dignitas making their way towards garage. Luken, he's holding the right angle. If they peek out here, that's a free kill for him.
This is really decisive right now. Luken has the right read. They seem to be aware. The flash is good. Dignitas confirm the position of the AWP. Now they push towards hell. DGT on a double. Freiburg and HEAP both go down. A 2-man advantage for 9Z as they're looking to knock out Dignitas. A team that no one had expectations for today, and they are so close to doing it. Lycro, Forest, and hallzerk have to pull off a huge deficit. Lycro's got the kill back, but it's traded by Rocks. Forest down 16-13. 9Z have done it. They will stay alive to fight another day here at ESL Challenger, and Dignitas go out on day one.
I did not see that coming. Our analysts did not see that coming. You didn't see it coming, but 9Z saw that coming. They believed. And listen, man.